Hey, what's up you guys? It's Six. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video doesn't actually have a topic because sometimes I don't have anything to teach you guys and I don't have anything crazy happening in my life that would warrant like a story time or like a little thought-provoking video. So I thought it would be fun to just kind of do a sit-down chatty draw with me style of video and give you guys a space to kind of like get your drawing materials in front of you and draw with me. Obviously it's a draw with me but just kind of give you guys a space to relax and not have to worry about anything for a little bit. So I figured we could talk a little bit about the illustration. I may or may not ramble about my day or random things that have happened to me recently, but anyways, let us just get into the video. So the background illustration that you guys are seeing me work on, actually really quick before we get into that, I have a question for you guys. Interesting. Normally it's you guys asking me the questions. But today I have a question for you guys, and that is, how do we feel about the lighting of this video? Because actually, so I'm really weird about lighting for my videos. I don't like cool lighting at all. I know technically cool lighting is what you're supposed to use, cool or natural lighting, for your videos, because it just looks crisper, I guess, but I hate cool lighting. I think it's freaking gross. I think cool lighting is so clinical, it's so cold, obviously, hence the cool in the name, and it's just like kind of disorienting for me. Does that make sense? It's just so like blast your face off. I don't like cool lighting. And it snowed where I live recently. Fun fact, I am in the Midwest where things are going absolutely insane right now as far as the weather goes. Literally just within this last week, it poured for literally like a solid 36 hours and then immediately snowed right after. So everything was like coated in ice and snow, and it was terrible. And then it immediately just got super cold and very windy. Very windy. And then it snowed again. Literally like a day later, it all melted and then it snowed again. And because it snowed, I didn't want to open my window and use my natural lighting, because snow, if you don't know, is cool. And if it's really bright outside and snow's bouncing off, guess what? It's blue in your room. It's real blue in there, and that's not pretty. I don't like cool lighting. I hate it. So I obviously didn't want to open the curtains and use natural lighting, but I also didn't feel like messing around with my ring light for this particular style of video, just because when I'm drawing on my iPad, my ring light is too much of a hassle, because no matter where I put my phone or where I put my ring light, somehow, some way, the light from the ring light is reflected on the surface of my iPad, and that obviously does not make for a very great viewer experience. So I tried my best with what I had, which was this boba push lamp and a candle. It's very Victorian of me. I tried to light my video with a friggin' candle, and I don't know how well that helped, but if you guys are down with the look, you kind of like the dark kind of atmosphere, let me know so I know that I can film kind of more videos in this style without having to obsess over getting the perfect lighting. If I can just shut my curtains, turn my iPad on, and start recording, and you guys are like down with it and you like how it looks, then I'll be able to do that more often, so you guys can kind of like see my hands as they're moving over the iPad rather than getting like speed paint after speed paint after speed paint. Even though technically this is still a speed paint, you guys can actually like see my hands moving and like the strokes that I'm making and the decisions that I'm making in sort of real time, because obviously it's sped up, but like you can see moments where I pause to think and things like that. At least I think you can. I'm not sure. But yeah, enough rambling aside, let me know if you're down with this style of lighting, and now we can get into the video. Now we can. Did I mention this was a chatty draw with me? Anyways, so this illustration is actually a commissioned piece for my friend Poem over on Instagram. I'll have her up on screen. And this is her ghoul character River, who also works as a clown under the persona Puddles, which I think is so cute. I think Puddles is such a cute name, especially for a clown. Just such a precious freaking character. Everything about this character's design, you guys can't even see some of it. She has like this really cute collar that's like super long and it has little clouds on it. She's too cute. I love Puddles so much. Super cute design. And so obviously when they came to me and she was like, can you do an icon for my baby girl? I was like, yes, please, because icons are, fun fact, one of my favorite commission styles to do. I think icons and busts, my absolute favorite. Half bodies and full bodies and whatever, they're fine or whatever. But icons especially, busts, they're cute, they're fine. Icons especially are my favorite because I kind of go ham on them and I don't know why. Because they're actually like one of my most affordable commission options. I think I go so ham on them because they're so portrait focused, because like there's obviously nothing else to draw your attention to the piece. There is only the background and the head of the character. So I have to go ham because like that's where you're looking. I want you to be looking there. I don't want you to be looking at no accessories or nothing like that. I want you to be looking at that face. I want you to be looking at that hair. I want you to be looking at those eyes. I want just full focus on the face. And that's my favorite part to draw. So I end up having a ton of fun with them, going super ham on them, even when I don't intend to, because sometimes I do be putting extra work in. If I really like the character design, I can't help it. It's like my hands just keep moving and I'll spend like 4 hours on a piece that I normally would spend like 2 hours on, and I'm like, you need to stop being crazy. But I can't, because some characters are just super freaking cute. I love everything that I draw, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes characters itch my brain and I just have to do it. And this was definitely one of those characters that itched my brain. Anyway, so this is my icon style. I absolutely adore them. If you want one, quick commission plug, my link to my artistry is down below in the description and probably in the caption, the pinned comment, if I remember to put it there. And that's a very easy place where you can go to commission me. It has all of my info on there, as well as the ability to send your own references, requests and stuff. Email me, contact me, whatever. You can also hit me up on Instagram or whatever other platform if you don't feel like using artistry, although I would strongly recommend artistry because they also plant trees or donate towards planting trees every single time you commission someone through that platform. Just a little wink nudge nudge. Artistry is great. Also, if you haven't seen my video about artistry, you should absolutely go and check that out. I did it a couple of months ago now, almost a year. Has it been a year? It's been a minute, but I've been using artistry ever since they reached out to me to do a video, and I absolutely adore them. They've only gotten better since that video. They've got PayPal support now, as well as their own marketplace, where you can kind of like search through and find other artists now, which was not initially a thing on there. It used to just be like you could only, as the artist, have your own artistry form, and then clients could obviously receive that form. But now there's a place where clients can be like, I want to commission somebody, go to artistry, and then scroll through the feed and find artists. They also have like a featured artist section. A ton of things. Artistry did not sponsor me for this video, by the way. I just genuinely really like the service. I will only do sponsored videos and stuff for companies that I really like or that I have used myself and that I enjoy. So I can say with full confidence that I would recommend you go check out artistry, even if it's not to commission me, even if it's to make your own commission sheet or go commission somebody, do that. But anyway, why was I talking about artistry? Oh yeah, my icons. My icons are on there if you want to commission me for one of those. But anyway, back to Puddles. She was so much fun for me to render. Like I said, her design itched my brain, but also her color palette it was so simple, but in such a good way that it was like all I had to do was kind of like focus on tones. And make sure I got my values right. There was an area that I had a little bit of issue with, which I guess I can ramble about that for a little bit. I feel like I forgot how to draw hair. I really do. So what I used to do is I would obviously sketch it out, and usually my sketches for hair were really tight, so then when I would go in and I would draw it or line it, I would just follow what I drew and it would look really flowy and nice and pretty. And I would go top to bottom, like rendering each like chunky strand, if that makes sense. But lately what I've been doing is not good. And I say it's not good not because it doesn't technically look good, but just because it's making my job harder. And so what I've been doing is I've been drawing the outline of what I want the overall silhouette of the hair to look like, and then having to play Tetris with the pieces of hair to make it fit within the block that I've made for myself. And I hate that because sometimes pieces just don't fit or they just don't look right, especially if I am drawing curly or wavy hair. It just looks weird. And so I've been really struggling with that. And oftentimes I'll just end up leaving a lot of the space blank and telling myself, oh, when I go in and render, I'll add in more strands when I do the shading. No, you won't. No, you won't, because when I do that, it's really hard. It's really hard and it looks weird and bad. So I struggled so much with this piece, literally, as far as the hair goes. Everything else, immaculate. The hair, I struggled until at the end I turned the camera off and I did some highlighting with an ad layer in a little pastel purple, and then voila, she was gorgeous. But you guys won't see that yet. She's not there. Because something else that I've been really enjoying doing lately is and I really only do this when I'm filming like myself physically working on the character. Like if I'm if my hands are on screen, if it's a speed paint, it's not as necessary. But if I'm working physically with camera on myself, right before I'm about to finish like the last few details of a character, I like to turn the camera off and do all of those finalizing details off screen. I know you guys would probably like to see all of that. I mean, I know I would as well. But the reason that I do that is because I like to get really close to the piece when I'm working on those fine line details like that. And also just because even if I were to be able to keep my big head out of frame, the amount of tiny little strokes that I would do in the back and forth erasing and smudging and lining and sketching and blending and all that would be absolutely insane. The camera would shake so bad. It would be literally unwatchable. Just terrible footage to have. And it wouldn't be fun to watch anyway. So I have just been turning the camera off. So you guys will see all of those details come to life here very shortly, because this video is just about wrapping up. If you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about in this video, whether it's artistry or commissions or just drawing stuff in general, feel free to leave a question down below. Also, if you have a topic, if you have something you guys want me to talk about in a YouTube video, leave suggestions down below, because I need them bad, y'all. I really do. I need them so bad. It is so easy for me to just talk about a drawing for a little bit, but I can't do that for every single video. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have stuff you want to see me do. So if that's the case, definitely leave that down below in the comments so I can look at that and read it and then do it, because I promise I will. Anyways, that is it for this video, you guys. But before we go away, I of course want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. We have Elise Thompson, Duran, Mandy, Sleeps, Created by Twins, Inkimu Art, Psychwalker Art, Fish Nor Flesh, Akita Kai, Watery Turd, Daru, Aurora Inks, Chloe, and Ray. Thank you guys so very much for supporting me over on Patreon. I have a ton of cute stuff coming there very soon. I have this month's ooh, is it the sticker or the print? I still haven't decided. Oh my goodness. Your guys' exclusive video is coming up very soon, so be sure to check that out when it goes live. And if you are interested in an exclusive video viewer on YouTube who isn't a patron yet, feel free to go and check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/six.studios. It will be, of course, down in the description alongside everything else. As usual, I have a ton of fun stuff on there. I really have a lot of fun over on Patreon. So if you guys want to go and check that out, I would be glad for you to do so. And again, a special thanks to Poem for allowing me to use the speed paint for her character in this video. I love Puddles. I hope you love your commission, and I love all of you guys watching this video so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.